unalazimisha mtoto kuolewa, unakula mahali mara
tena nakula si ungekataa ile ya
kwani ulikuwa unachukua pesa yangu huko unanisonya hivyo dad? Dad.
Tati yako. Mimi ni papa yako. Kawaida huko na chielele sana. Hiyo nyumba sio kama tutakana leo.
Si kwanza hata hizo nguo unavaa ni watu wanakununulia watigana manto yako.
Watu gani?
Na tena kitu kingine nilikuwa nimesahau. Anatabia hata siku hiyo kutoa nguo na kukuna kitovu kulaani mtoto yake. Lazima nimuoe kwa nguvu.
My son. Calm down. Calm down.
Go slowly. Yeah. Just look at him.
Come slowly.
If you like, take it out on me. You can yell at me. You can hate me. I'll take it. As for her, what did she ever do wrong?
Why are you so surprised? Didn't you want to be His Majesty's escort?
The princess recovered so fast. She must have put something in the medicine. Otherwise, how is that possible? I think she's playing some sort of trick. I don't know what it is, and I cannot prove that either.
Please apologize.
I'm not afraid of my emperor. Why would I fear a Mongol preceptor?
I'm Ricky and you are...
Amy, you're my dad.
I can't be a father. I don't want to be one.
Amy is your child.
Why didn't she tell me?
That you didn't want us both, me and mommy.
Sleeping with different girls every day of the week, partying your life away. That's what you call perfect?
What is booty call?
Yeah.
To get Jeremiah 29:11 as your skiza tune, dial star 811 star 397 hash.
Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future.
To get Jeremiah 29:11 as your skiza tune, dial star 811 star 397 hash. Star 811 star 397 hash.
Welcome to Athi Sacco Society Limited, a vibrant sacco that delivers integrated world-class financial solutions to our customers. Athi Sacco will be celebrating 50 years of changing and touching lives in Kenya. The Golden Jubilee celebrations will be held at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, KICD, Simba Editorium Hall on Saturday, 30th October 2021. This event will be covered live on KBC Channel 1 from 10 a.m. Athi Sacco Limited. Athi kwa ustawi.
Mic check, mic check. Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. Well, we have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. Well, my name is Jacky Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is Lucy Maura. Now, to kick us off, one person has died and property of unknown value destroyed in a fire accident at Ishoga area in the outskirts of Nanyuki town. Residents say the fire broke out at around 4 a.m. in the morning and spread fast to other 5 houses in the neighborhood. Efforts to put out the fire were futile, with residents lamenting the area has been without water for the last 3 days. They called on Nyeri County government to deploy a firefighting engine to the area, as it is the 7th such accident to occur in this area in the last one.
Inaleta hasara maybe ya property, lakini leo imezidi sana kwa sababu tumepoteza msichana mdogo sana wa around 26 years. Ani bibi ya kijana wa muyudhi mmoja anakuwa goalkeeper wa FC Saba. Kwa hivyo tukiwa kama community tumeumia sana. Niomba tu hata wasituambilie mambo ya barabara, wameishi kudanganya mambo ya barabara, wameishi kudanganya sijui watatujengea nini, watuletee simamoto.
Now, Rift Valley Teachers Service Commission Regional Director Aiden Mohammed has urged school managers to formulate mechanisms to address student unrest. The regional director has at the same time called for concerted efforts from all stakeholders to mitigate the matter. He urged teachers to ensure that they come up with counseling programs to allow students to open up on the challenges they face. In Nakuru County, the latest strike incident was witnessed at Kambala Girls High School in Molo Sub-County barely days after schools embarked for the second time across the country. Now, on the newly unveiled Teachers Professional Development Program, Mohammed noted that the same was a well-thought module calling on teachers to embrace the same.
These students who are either causing unrest or burning the schools, as parents, as teachers, let's caution them. The teacher in Elgeyo Marakwet will not travel to Nakuru to do TPD. The funds that the teachers also are paying is not that 6,000 at a go. Teachers can use the unison to pay 500 shillings per month for the whole year, and that totals to 6,000.
In other news, health workers in Embu County say they will continue with their strike until their grievance is addressed. According to the Kenya National Union of Nurses National Chair Joseph Ngwase, no solution has been forthcoming since the workers downed tolls 3 weeks ago. This and more stories in the County News Roundup.
Striking health workers in Embu County are complaining of inadequate medical equipment and non-remittance of statutory deductions. The Kenya National Union of Nurses National Chair Joseph Ngwase is calling for a lasting solution, even as local leaders threaten to sue the county government.
And we want to make it clear that we are pursuing these matters that are affecting the community, because we want these solutions to be once and for all. Because remember, if we give good services, that is beneficial to the people we are serving.
Elsewhere, 200 university students drawn from University of Nairobi, Egerton and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture Technology will leave the country for Israel for an 11-month agricultural internship organized by the Kenyan and Israeli governments.
Being the 5th cohort, it is expected they will join their colleagues who have gone ahead of them to do 2 or 3 things. One, to set up agripreneurship enterprises once they come back, using the practical skills that they acquire through this program in Israel.
Finally, girls from pastoral communities in the northern parts of Kenya have been urged to embrace the use of technology as a tool of enhancing interactions. Isiolo Interfaith Network Chairperson Sheikh Hamid appealed to the county and national governments to set aside adequate resources for the education of girls from underprivileged backgrounds.
Naomba county government na washirika mbalimbali waweze kutenga rasilimali maalum kushughulikia wasichana ambao wanatoka nyumba ambazo hazijiwezi ili waweze kuendeleza masomo yao.
Now, a section of clergy from North Rift region is raising concerns over political polarization ahead of the 2022 general election, saying the situation may plunge the country into chaos if left unchecked. The religious leaders are advocating for the use of dialogue and reconciliation to help bring down tension.
A section of the clergy under the West Pokot Interfaith County Dialogue Forum maintain politicians should keep politics off the pulpit. National Council of Churches of Kenya West Pokot Chapter Chairperson Reverend Moses Longiro noted increased political temperatures in the country have brought divisions. The clergy is committing to work with the National Cohesion and Integration Commission alongside national and county governments to foster peaceful coexistence.
As the political elite continue to polarize the nation more and more, exposing us to further moral decay, we realize that it is a high time we began interrogating ourselves to answer obvious questions that the religious authority on the land ought to have dealt with over the past years.
It is a good opportunity for we, the religious leaders of West Pokot, to come together in order to dialogue and start our own course towards the peace and prosperity of our beloved county.
Speaking at St. Andrew's ICK Church in Kapenguria, Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims West Pokot Chapter Chairman Yusuf Morita said there's a need for religious leaders to have regular meetings to deliberate on best ways to foster peace.
Sisi ni kitu moja tu. Tunagawana hata vile unasema hii Kalenjin, Nilots. Ni watu waliofuata River Nile wote wagawana, lakini ukikuja kukaa utakuja kukuta hao ni kitu moja. Kwa hivyo sisi wanadamu hatutakiwi tuongee kuhusu ukabila.
Meanwhile, the National Council of Churches Kenya and Migori Youth have resolved to work together towards the promotion of good governance and integrity as the country edges closer to the 2022 general election. The resolution followed a meeting between the church leaders, politicians and youth in Maranatha Church grounds of Migori Town. Led by NCCK Secretary General Canon Chris Kenyanjui and Nyanza Regional Chairman Reverend Professor David Kodia, the youth deliberated on various issues touching on their respective mandates, including the progress realized in the implementation of the Constitution on leadership and integrity. He said the NCCK will encourage churches to sensitize their followers on their civil duty to elect leaders with integrity.
We are actually coming out here, and all the people, the 150, are leaders among the youth, so that they can call out our other young leaders and other young people to come and register as voters, so that then they can make their voice count in the next election. The use of violence for political mobilization is something of the past, and the future is where the youth themselves, we are urging the youth, they should resist violence. Number two is politicians should not mobilize violence.
Everything good, all good hospitals, good, everything good that you want as a country is in the ballot. Let us make prudent decisions for the betterment of the country, and we choose good.
Still in the political arena, former Agricultural Principal Secretary Dr. Richard Lesiampe has officially declared his interest to contest for the Samburu County gubernatorial seat in the 2022 general election. Dr. Lesiampe has pledged to use his academic qualifications and leadership skills to find solutions to challenges facing residents of Samburu County.
As the 2022 general election fast approaches, former Agricultural Principal Secretary Dr. Richard Lesiampe is among those who have joined the fray seeking elective seats.
Niko na ujuzi wa kujaribu kuhakikisha kwamba kaunti ya Samburu imeinuka na imechukua kipao mbele kati ya kaunti zote za Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Representatives of elders from the 9 clans in Samburu met at Soit Post area where they endorsed Dr. Lesiampe to contest for the gubernatorial seat next year. Dr. Lesiampe vowed to bridge the gap in leadership and the economy that the county is facing.
My focus in terms of administration is devolution from the headquarters of the county to the villages. And I've done this.
Local leaders and residents of Maralal town welcome his move based on his track record in leadership.
Haikuwa si wale wengine wataamka kusimama, lakini Wasamburu wanaangalia vitu mingi kwa kupatia mtu kiti. Waangalia sura, wanaangalia tabia, wanaangalia wewe ukwaje, wanaangalia pia miaka.
Ile watu ni wengi wanaoneleanga washague mtu yao kama gavana, wanasemanga hiyo kilani ndio wanashukua gavana. Lakini kwa saa hii hatutaki sisi hiyo kilani yetu.
Tunaangalia ile mtu ambaye anasasimama na sisi ama ile anasatufikisha mahali ambaye tunaelekea.
Samburu County Governor Moses Leno Kulal and Samburu North Member of Parliament Alois Lentoimaga were among leaders who witnessed Dr. Lesiampe's endorsement. For Lunchtime News, I'm Ruth Wamboy.
The Women Enterprise Fund chairperson Jacky Kihage is challenging women to form groups and apply for money from the fund to uplift their livelihoods. Jacky said most women are shying away from the fund, yet it is an avenue that can open a better world for them.
Jacky, who was in Bomet County to sign an MOU with the county government, said most women groups that have accessed money from the funds now have a different story to tell.
Ukipea mama pesa, hiyo pesa ita multiply. It benefit family, it benefit community, it benefit nation, na in contribute to global development goals.
Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok said the funds will assist the women in boosting economy and improving their livelihoods through empowerment programs.
We have made great strides in enhancing social economic empowerment through the Department of Gender, Culture and Social Services, whose focus is to improve livelihoods of the vulnerable in the society.
He said building capacities through partnership and creating conducive environment to access opportunities will benefit the women in the society, lauding the fund for the work it is doing.
As a county government, we are keen on fostering partnership with our new and existing development partners for the betterment of our people.
Moving on, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has assured Kenyans of a free, fair and credible 2022 general election despite budgetary constraints. Speaking in Embu, Justice Nyangaya, who is a commissioner at IEBC, said the institution is operating on a shoestring budget and will do all that is possible to ensure that the 2022 general election is a success.
Addressing members of the Embu County Assembly during a consultative forum, Commissioner Nyangawa said it will be a tough balancing act working with the 20.6 billion shillings budget allocated by Treasury against 46 billion shillings the Commission had requested to prepare for the 2022 general election.
We have to invest in the processes
that convinces people that indeed the process of electing our leaders is free, fair, and credible.
Meanwhile, responding to concerns raised by several members of possible interference by the deep state, Commissioner Nyangawa dismissed the same as a mere creation of the people.
We are changing. We have changed a lot of things. I think we are becoming better and better. And I hope that 2022 will be absolutely free, fair, and credible. Although
he said elections are conducted by law and there was no way the whims of deep state can influence the process or its outcome. The commissioners said no amount of influence would sway the elections or overturn the outcome in favor of a certain presidential candidate. The commissioner at the same time said there was need for a national dialogue to establish reasons why there was a huge voter registration apathy among the youth, threatening to deny the electoral body of the projected 6 million new voters.
Well, on that note, we'll take a short break. Don't go too far. We have more news coming ahead.
And you are...
Amy, you're my dad.
I can't be a father. I don't want to be one.
Amy is your child.
Why didn't she tell me?
That you didn't want us both, me and mommy.
Sleeping with different girls every day of the week, partying your life away. That's what you call perfect?
What is booty call?
Yeah.
He weighs in this evening at 124 kilos. From Monterrey, Mexico.
Why do the Extreme Horsemen hold all the gold? Oh my God! They just hit him with a broomstick!
Oh, no, no, no!
Doomsday Destroyer! Father drop!
Welcome back. Now, moving on, Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare is calling on the county governments to improve the welfare of early childhood development and education teachers, led by its chairman Johnson Sakaja. The committee wants the counties to dedicate funds to the improvement of early childhood development and education. The Senate is working on implementation of uniformity in the schemes of work for ECDE teachers, which was presented by Teachers Service Commission in 2018. The committee was in Kericho for a meeting with ECDE representatives who had petitioned Senate over terms of service and payment. I'll be bringing you that report later on in the bulletin. For now, we move on. A 30-year-old man in Githunguri, Kiambu County, has died of suffocation as he was cleaning a 70-feet well. Now, it is reported that Peter Mwangi, who is a casual laborer, had gone to work on a new sunk well, and while in company of his fellow workers, he was the first one to descend into the well, where he is reported to have suffocated to death. Confirming the incident, Githunguri Sub-County Deputy Commander George Kipkores said efforts to rescue the young man alive were fruitless due to lack of proper rescue equipment.
Amka kama kawaida kwenda kujitafutia riziki. Alikuwa amepata kibarua ya kutengeneza simu kwenda kuiosha huku ndani. Lakini akapatwa na msiba juu aliingia kukosekana hewa huko kwa simu. Sasa kakaa kidogo tu tukaitwa, tukaambia kuna kijana fulani ameanguka. Kwenda kuangalia nikakuta niyo ndugu yangu. Kwa hivyo niko ni huzuni sana kumpoteza ndugu yangu ambaye nilikuwa nampenda sana.
So tungeomba ama kusi wale wafanyikazi wanaofanya kazi kama hizo wakuwe na vifaa bora kabla wajaingia kwa ball kama hiyo, sababu ilikuwa ni futi kama 66 feet. Hiyo huwezi ingia tu bila vifaa.
Allow me to take us back where Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare is calling on the county governments to improve the welfare of early childhood development and education teachers. Led by its chairman, Johnson Sakaja, the committee wants the counties to dedicate funds to the improvement of early childhood development and education. The Senate is working on implementation of uniformity in the schemes of work for ECD teachers, which was presented by Teachers Service Commission in 2018. The committee was in Garissa County for a meeting with ECD representatives who had petitioned Senate over terms of service and payment.
This is a matter that is sticking across the country, where we have not put enough value to these teachers who mold the real foundation of education. Because if you get it wrong at early childhood stage, you will not get it right at primary or at secondary stage. We're happy that the petitioners and the county government and the Public Service Board have agreed on a way forward, including an increment of their remuneration by more than 5,000 shillings and confirmation that is going to be broken down in stages. So Governor, thank you for that. Kericho County will serve as an example to the rest of the country on how we take care of ECD teachers and how we take care of our children, who are the trustees of our country's posterity.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has reiterated China's role in defending the authority of the United Nations, multilateralism and international order, and its path of peaceful development. Xi made the remarks in Beijing at a commemorative meeting marking the 50th anniversary of the restoration of the lawful seat of the People's Republic of China in the UN.
More than 200 participants attended the event, with the Chinese president hailing the restoration of the People's Republic of China's lawful seat in the UN 50 years ago as a victory of the Chinese people and the world at large. Marking the return of the Chinese people, or 1/4 of the world's population, back to the UN stage, Xi said the restoration of the PRC's lawful seat in the UN came as a result of joint efforts of all peace-loving countries that stood for justice in the world. President Xi Jinping said it was a significant event for UN with far-reaching importance for both China and the wider world. Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Affairs Wang Yi presided over the event as UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, former Chinese UN Ambassador Wang Guangya, Russian Ambassador to China Andrei Denisov, and Algerian Ambassador to China Asin Bukhelfa also made their remarks. Kamchemenza for Lunchtime News.
World pastoralists in Isiolo County are ditching livestock keeping following the current drought situations, while pastoral communities are embracing beekeeping as a way of diversifying their livelihood through financial and technical assistance from the county government of Isiolo and the World Food Programme. The herders received materials and training to enable them to sustain their new venture.
These communities in Garemara, Burat, Oldonyiro and Kina wards of Isiolo County are a happy lot with the changes in their lifestyle. Last year, they received liners, fingerlings, fish feeds, and beehives to improve their livelihoods. Today, they are reaping the benefits of new ventures, harvesting honey and fish for consumption in their respective households and also for sale. Elizabeth Natar, the chairperson of Ngankindingo's women group in Garimara, would say that her group, which consists of 22 women, has benefited, having recently harvested honey from 4 of their 10 beehives and sold the raw honey and beeswax for close to 30,000 Kenya shillings in Isiolo town.
Wakati sisi tulipanda hii shamba, ilikuwa samaki asali alijaanga kabisa. Misinga moja alitoa kilo 20, kilo 30, tulibeba kabisa mafuta mingi kwa town. Siku hiyo tulipata mafuno ya pesa sana.
Isiolo County Director of Fisheries Felix Muthomi noted that the move has gone a long way towards boosting food security in drought-prone county, urging more pastoral households to emulate the direction and diversify into fish farming.
Hiyo fish farming imeleta chakula karibu na nyumbani, sababu hiyo chakula yao kwanza iko kwa karibu na nyumba, pili hakuna wizi kama mifugo. Hiyo samaki hakuna mtu anaweza toa kwa pond, kwa kidimbwi haraka sana.
With a proper liner and the cost of establishing a fish pond not being much, the pond can last for at least 1 month before the water is changed, making it possible to rear fish even where water is not plenty. Reporting for Lunchtime News, I am Teresa Mutai.
Now, global insurance firms have identified Kenya as a gateway to the African insurance industry in what they say is due to a positive trend in insurance consumption, a favorable business climate, and advanced technological infrastructure in the country. National Treasury Principal Secretary Dr. Julius Muye said that Kenya possesses a number of qualities that make it a natural hub for businesses that operate in Africa, supported by growing middle class and high-value goods and services.
Underwriters are optimistic, saying they see demand for insurance growing as the population doubles, with a large appetite for innovative insurance products. They add it is an opportunity for them to deepen their insurance understanding of the sector.
What we're finding as we look at the various markets in Africa, including Kenya, is that with increasing prosperity, with economic growth, that the demand for insurance is only getting higher and higher.
The government says it is creating a conducive environment by developing a robust economic framework as a gateway for institutions to set base in Kenya.
We are going to have to demonstrate how Kenya is going to gain from creating this new environment. We are going to show how Kenya will benefit from offering the incentives that we're going to offer through the NIFC.
There is now a new operating framework which we have developed that provides a gateway for institutions like Prudential to establish and grow their business in the country. This is designed to offer an efficient and predictable operating environment which is progressive with economic incentives.
Our regional team, now being here in Nairobi rather than in London, will of course be much closer to our customers and will be able to provide stronger and better support to our businesses and to all of our people throughout Africa.
Speaking during the launch of Prudential PLC's Africa office, National Treasury Principal Secretary Dr. Julius Muya urged global firms to also take advantage of a diverse partnership offering through green financing to safeguard against climate change as a unique challenge in the region.
It requires coordinated partnerships to mobilize sustainable finance both from the public and the private sectors in order to meet the huge financing and financial challenges that arise.
Prudential PLC becomes the first institution to be admitted to the Nairobi International Financial Center. The global underwriter hopes to make inroads in the African insurance market from its Nairobi base.
Now, fish farmers have called upon the government and the Department of Fisheries to address the cost of feeds used in fish ponds and the high cost of power to enable them to realize profits from the venture. The Assistant Director for Mariculture at the Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute in Mombasa says the high cost of fish feeds mainly stem from high importation costs.
The cost of fish feeds has gone up in the last 2 years due to increased freight costs and expensive production. This has seen the cost of fish and its byproducts rise to record levels. Assistant Director for Mariculture at the Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, Dr. David Mirara, says farmers' profits have been impacted by the high cost of pumping water to their extensive fish ponds. Mirara further says there is a need for a small laboratory in every commercial fish farm so that farmers can produce quality fish feeds instead of depending on imported feeds which are expensive.
Tunapoangazia ukulima wa samaki ni kwamba nchini Kenya tumekuwa tukifanya ukulima wa samaki ambao tunaita extensive. Yaani ni kwamba unaweka samaki wachache mno katika birika ama katika tank ili kwamba usitumie umeme. Lakini sasa ikiwa tutaangazia kuendeleza uchumi kupitia kwa ufugaji wa samaki, we are going to intensive. Intensive ni kwamba unaweka samaki wengi zaidi katika birika ama katika ufugaji, katika vyumba vya kufuga vidogo. Kwa hivyo yamaanisha kwamba lazima uweze kupiga yale maji kuingiza upepo ili kwamba samaki wako waweze kukua.
Amir Abdullah, a commercial fish farmer in Kilifi South Sub-County, says the operational costs are hindering many people from venturing in fish farming.
Huwa nawakatia sukuma na wapatia. Nachanganya na kile chakula nilicho nacho kama wale ambao wako pale na wapatia fattening ya chakula changu, chakula cha kununua pamoja na sukuma zangu.
He says that the cost of fish feeds has hit a high of 5,000 shillings for a 25 kilogram bag from a low of 2,000 shillings 2 years ago. Agriculture and Fisheries Committee Chairman John Jacky says the committee is constructing a marine training institute in the county where research and innovation will be conducted to provide locally manufactured fish feeds that will be affordable to farmers.
Tukija pale, watu watapata masomo pale kutoka eneo yote ya Kenya, na watu ambao kwa area hiyo wakulima wajipange kutumia institute kupata masomo ya kuweka kama samaki aina zote ambazo ziko huko Kenya, hata ornamental fish, so that also it will be an alternative way of earning their income.
The African Export-Import Bank's new digital customer due diligence platform called Mansa is set to promote cross-border trade in Africa. Egypt's Al Nasser Export and Import Company, in its new form, Garissa, aims to distribute Egyptian products in various markets across the world. This will be done under a business model based on mediation and marketing. Here are the details of these and others from across the continent.
During the launch of the platform in the East African community in partnership with the East African Business Council in Kampala, 965 businesses have already been uploaded onto the platform, consisting of financial institutions, corporations, and small and medium enterprises across Africa. The platform is also expected to address key trade-related challenges facing the continent, including the lack of market information, the high cost of doing business in Africa, and discovering African counterparts. Meanwhile, Egypt's Al Nasser Export and Import Company, in its new form, Gosor, aims to distribute Egyptian products in various markets across the world. This will be done under a business model based on mediation and marketing, in addition to logistics services, and any other service producers need to export their products or import their inputs. Gosor has launched an electronic catalog to keep pace with the technological progress in the methods used in global trade. The catalog aims to help Egyptian producers display their products on a single platform for Egyptian exports. Finally, South Africa intends to link its massive platinum reserves to the green hydrogen market that is touted as $1 trillion opportunity in the green energy world. Platinum is a key input in hydrogen fuel cell technology, able to withstand higher temperatures than other metals and a catalyst for generating electrical current. A new partnership is investigating ways to transform the country's platinum belt into a hydrogen valley. Green hydrogen production will be powered by solar energy, since South Africa has some of the best solar and wind energy potential in the world, positioning it to build a new industry to serve growing demand.
Qatar Energy, one of the world's top liquefied natural gas suppliers, is working on a plan to reinvent itself as a green energy company. The company is working on a framework that will pave the way for Qatar Energy to sell green bonds. Here are the details of these and other stories from across the globe.
Qatar Energy is working on establishing an environmental, social and governance framework that will allow it to issue green bonds debt earmarked for environmentally friendly uses. If completed, it will be the first sale of green bonds by a national oil company in hydrocarbon-rich Gulf. Once the environmental, social and governance framework is established, Qatar Energy plans to structure a green bond deal. Previously named Qatar Petroleum before rebranding, the state-owned energy giant, which supplied 1 in 5 LNG cargoes globally. The rebranding to Qatar Energy was part of the company's new shift towards environmental, social and governance considerations. Meanwhile, Amazon is expected to emerge as a winner in digital advertising arena, surviving Apple's privacy changes better than rivals Facebook and Snapchat. The e-commerce giant vast trove of customers' shopping data reduces its resilience on tracking info once provided by Apple's iOS mobile operating system. Others, including Alphabet Incorporated, which also collects a rich set of data from user search habits, reported a 41% surge in Google advertising revenue for the third quarter, a sign that businesses that rely less on targeted ads are able to overcome Apple's limit on tracking mobile users. Finally, Intel Corporation has introduced a new faster family of processor chips for personal computers, stating that the supercomputer is helping the US government to build will reach double previously expected speeds. Intel is working to regain its lead in making the fastest computing chips after having lost its title to rivals such as Advanced Micro Devices and Apple Incorporated, both of which use outside partners to make their chips, while Intel has struggled with its internal manufacturing operations.
Well, that report brings us to a break here on Lunchtime News. Up next is sports news. Don't go too far. We'll be back.
But we knew that we were going to be chosen for our future spouses.
Yes.
All my request is that you choose someone from the Philippines,
Yes.
a fellow Filipina.
It had to be a Kamba. How did you find that?
Immediately, his mother told my mother. My mother
Yes.
called me. The
You
mother
just know
actually
there are
told
6
me,
others.
just know you are among the 7 we've listed to the Lord to pick who we chose for our son. I'm like, oh. But anyway, in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
So me, I stand up with my tears. You know, we're there in front of people. You know.
Maybe people were thinking these are tears of joy.
I know. And then in the congregation, I hear some girls also crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, where we are many today? Them, they thought they're going to be
missed
picked
out. Yeah.
My name is Tony Gashuna, and I'm a wildlife warrior.
This beautiful black and white monkey is rare and is found only in the coastal forests of East Africa, as well as in the Congo rainforests.
All they need is trees. That's what they eat, that's where they live, that's how they move. Like very simple guys.
They are endangered not because of their beautiful pelts.
The road has been cut right through the forest, and the monkeys have to cross the road.
This is Wildlife Warriors.
Hamjambo.
Hatujambo.
shallow people call other people shallow. Your shallow man did not see that Gamene jail here is empty. Shallow Salekwe.
Dadangu usiogope hata. Kwani watakaje? Just imagine
You were starting to piss me off. She just said she's having a situation.
Si ni mawazo tu.
You see, Mr. Nobot, our parents made this deal for us. What you can do is to bring the best out of it. I've already served you with the question papers. What else do you want?
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
Oh yeah, they've really been behind us. I can tell many countries, even Rwanda, Uganda, they've said it. Kenya, we appreciate they've been calling for the lifting of sanctions, and also collectively at the African Union, they've done so. They've called for the lifting of sanctions.